This content is for informational purposes only. While we strive for accuracy, some information may become outdated or subject to change. Wander Alwayz is not liable for any actions taken or based on this content. Viewers are advised to conduct their own research and consult with professionals if necessary.
I'll sit here and listen like you really caught my interest. I hope you talk my ear off, cause I got nothing to say. I hope you don't notice that I'm bored and lack focus.
Get out. No boring is here.
Here you go, yeah.
Get out.
Lay your heart out on the floor, so I can pick you back up and give you more. Couldn't have been me, couldn't have been me, couldn't have been me, yeah. I think I picked up all your negative sayings and interests. Now I'm talking like shit. Recording ticks stay echoing through my every interaction. Fuck, I guess I really miss them. Fucked it up again. Laying my heart out on the floor. Step on it. Swear I can take more. I swear I can take more. I swear I can take more. I can't help but realize every word you said. So ones that you never will, that really wrecks my head. Cause I can't erase you. Cause I can't forget you. I can't erase you. No, I can't rewrite you.
The 1990s, for many people, were looked at as the dawn of a new era, and because of this, they were supposed to be filled with years of hope. The Cold War had just ended, walls had fallen, the world whispered of peace and hope. Yet, in the very heart of Europe, just a 2-hour flight from Paris, a different story began to unravel. One of betrayal, broken identities, and brutal survival. Bosnia and Herzegovina, once a place where mosques, churches, and synagogues shared the same skyline, suddenly became the front lines of a nightmare. What was once called Yugoslavia, a mosaic of cultures, languages, and faiths, shattered almost overnight. Neighbors who once celebrated weddings together now faced each other across barricades. Friends became enemies, and trust dissolved quickly. In the sudden unraveling, Bosnia became a mirror of how quickly the human fabric can tear apart when nationalism is fed more than humanity. So how does something like this happen? The story begins in 1984 in Sarajevo, in the Olympic city that turned into a prison. For nearly 4 years, it was the longest siege in modern history. Shells rained daily, snipers waited at street corners. To cross the bridge or fetch water became an act of courage. The conflict was more than a war, it was an ethnic cleansing. Propaganda turned neighbors into targets, dividing Bosniaks, Croats, and Serbs with brutal lines. The town of Srebrenica became a scar that history cannot forget. In July 1995, when more than 8,000 Bosniak men and boys were massacred in what the world would later name a genocide. And yet, amid the horror, stories of resilience emerged. Families risked everything to protect those from the other side. Musicians played violins in bombed-out squares, their notes defying the silence of fear. Teachers gathered children in basements, reminding them that learning in itself is an act of resilience. Humanity, though cornered, refused to vanish. The Bosnian conflict was not just a war of guns. It is a war of memory, identity, and silence. And today, when you wander through Sarajevo's cobbled streets, you feel both the pain of what was lost and the beauty of what survived. Cafes spill with life. Calls to prayer, church bells echo in the same city. The bridges, once symbols of division, now stand as fragile reminders that peace is built, not given. But Bosnia also warns us, peace is never permanent unless it is nurtured. Hatred can rise again if left unchecked. The world looked away too long in the 1990s, and by the time it looked back, too much had already been lost. To wonder is to witness, to remember, to carry the stories of those who lived and those who were silenced. The Bosnian conflict reminds us that even in the darkest places, resilience blooms. And when we walk these streets today, we must ask ourselves, what will we choose to build? Walls of hate or bridges of peace? As always, thanks again for listening, and wander always, but wander safely. Do not forget to like and subscribe.
No vegan diet, no vegan power. But it's only my first offense.